Hey, I'm Danny, aka Topless. I'm hiking the Pacific Crest Trail from Mexico to Canada. I'm 928 miles in. I'm currently in the Sierras, and there are way more mosquitoes than I ever expected. So I found a hole in my $600 tent last night. I've only had it a month, and it just brings back the phrase that I've heard a lot of people have been saying. Ultralight does not mean ultra durable. So you're gonna find yourself paying a lot of money for this quote ultralight stuff. And yeah, it's light, but also it breaks. You have to be so gentle with your ultralight equipment, and it gets kind of frustrating sometimes because you pay so much money for something and they start to break and wear out so fast. So, little tip, little advice, be extra gentle with your ultralight stuff. Oh, I forgot to mention, yesterday I ran into Hurricane. He was moving pretty quick, and I was chilling on the side, so he kind of passed kind of quick. But he's the one who, well, one of many. When we stayed in Idyllwild, we all like shared a cabin, and the video with the squirrel in the couch, I'll link to that in the description. But he was there for that, and yeah, so it's kind of cool. I just caught up to him. We did a pack shakedown on him that same day as the couch squirrel. And he had this really big camera with a really big lens and a bunch of gear, accessories, and we knocked his pack down by like 10 pounds. And his feet were basically falling apart because he was carrying so much weight, and he was, you know, classic guy mentality of, well, I'll just get stronger. Well, he was hurting himself. So he got a pack shakedown back then and lightened by 10 pounds. And I saw him today, or yesterday, sorry. And he was killing it. He was like zooming by. And I noticed he had his camera again. And I made a comment like, hey, you got your camera back. And he said, yeah, I skipped it for the desert. I sent it to myself at Kennedy Meadows. And now that he's in the Sierras and his legs are stronger, he's taking all sorts of pictures. So glad to see that. So maybe I'll run into him again, but he was going pretty quick. Landscape is just so different than everything else I've seen. So the signs in this area of the trail have been very confusing, so I'm glad I finally found a map. Well, on second thought, the map out front did not match the app's map at all, so now I'm backtracking. It's funny, I'm basically playing this game where I've got a little GPS dot and I just try to keep it on a line. And it's like master level game. We gotta do it for 2,260 miles. All right, back on trail, thanks to Guthook. I appreciate you guys. This was a fun little crossing. Those steps are very official and drop you right into the creek. And there are steps on the other side to pick you up. Also, I noticed it's starting to get pretty gray and I heard a little bit of thunder. So let's see if it rains or not. So right now I'm around mile 946-ish. And yeah, since 9:30, mile marker 9:30 to now, the signs have been terrible. It's like they don't even point out the Pacific Crest Trail. There's a bunch of intersections with no signs at all. It's been really annoying. Of everywhere I've been so far in the 900 miles I've gone, this area is kind of like the least well marked. So if you're gonna do the Pacific Crest Trail, watch out for this area around the 9:30 to 9:50. Just make sure you know where you're going. So this whole area is one giant piece of stone. All of this is all one piece. Wow, this is one of the biggest waterfalls I've seen. All right, here we go. Here's another annoying spot with the signs. Things go this way, and things go this way. If I look at this, it's not really the easiest to read because they had this brilliant idea of just cutting the letters out of this metal and then putting it on a metal post. But none of this says PCT or John Muir Trail. And if I look this way, yeah, none of this says PCT or John Muir Trail. And if you look at the trees and things like that, there's no PCT marker on the trees or anything. So every single intersection I've come to, I have to stop and open the app and try and figure out which way it wants me to go. And it's been frustrating and it's been killing my battery. If you do find yourself in this area, what you end up having to do is look for this one right here. Glen Aulin. That's ultimately the direction I'm heading, so I just keep following that. But every time I stop and double check, am I really still following that? So it's been kind of a frustrating day. Here's the very next one. Here's an intersection. They've got this amazingly well-crafted bridge that way and an unmarked trail. Let's see what this sign says. Virginia Canyon, yeah. So the Glen thing's now gone. I just checked Guthooks. That bridge goes to the Glen. But also, the trail is actually this way. according to Guthooks, this is the PCT. So I'm no longer following signs for the Glen. So again, it's been a frustrating day and I've had a lot of backtracking. All right, the trail just dumped me off right up here and it's not clear which way to go, but oh, right there, I see some cairns. So yeah, cairns marked the way forward. Also, I made a through hiker tip video all about cairns, so go check that out. So yeah, now that I'm up here, it's pretty clear. Here's the trail, and it keeps going. All right, it's 8:20. I made it 25 miles today. I did 20 yesterday, and I was gonna go further, but holy crap, it's really hard to find a tent site out here. So I found one on the map, and I went to it. It happened to be 25. The next one was at 29, so I decided to just stick with the 25 since it was 8:20 already. And yeah, tomorrow, with no backtracking, hopefully, and no stopping at every intersection to waste 5 or 10 minutes to figure out which direction to go, I'm hoping I'll be able to go a lot more than 25. So we'll see what happens tomorrow.